Great having you here for another episode of Inspo with Eno. This episode is tagged, How are you? Please don't be quick to reply. Take a deep breath and answer honestly. A couple of weeks back, I saw a video clip how a suicide victim jumped off a high-rise building. 3 days later, I heard another breaking news of someone abroad committing suicide. The causes vary. We may not have all the details, and because of the pressures of life, no one is absolutely immune to depression, which can degenerate to being suicidal. I had a conversation with my old classmate, who now happens to be a trained work therapist, helping people manage their challenges, and I promised that once in a while I would talk about it on my podcast as my own little way of saying no to suicidal intentions. While I spoke to my friend, I jokingly asked him, where is it written that the reply to how are you must be in the positive? I am fine, good, great, awesome. I grew up to hear parents and guardians teaching babbling toddlers to say fine. We presumed that the answer to how are you is fine, just as they taught us our names. A funny scenario plays out with a toddler who was feeling sick, and the mom asked, how are you? The child replied, fine, but not fine. It sounded odd to the mom, so she paused to take a closer look, examining and probing the child for more details. Now I ask you again, how are you? Or should I rather ask, how fine are you? Christian leaders love to teach on faith and encourage us to speak with faith. It is well. Does it make one less of a Christian to admit that all is not well at a particular point in time? It's now like an auto-response mode that people don't even pause to look at the other person replying to pick any clue if their verbal response tallies with their body language. It's not easy though, but can we try giving 10 seconds of our time to anyone we ask, how are you? Look at them to see if there are subtle signs of depression or something amiss. Sometimes there's a tendency to want to hide behind ignorance. I didn't know you were not fine, just to avoid adding more to your own burden. And I ask, where's the spirit behind the statement, we rise by lifting others? You might ask me, so what do you do when you don't have all the answers? Well, I feel it's okay you asked in the first place. You gave your time to listen, and that is priceless. And it has helped the other party to unburden his or her locked up emotions to an extent. The likelihood of that person being extremely depressed or suicidal will be reduced, and you can refer the person to seek help. I know, and I have experienced a few situations where it feels like no one can help. I will add here that I have been fortunate to share my struggles with one or two persons. They didn't have all the answers I needed. So we took the issue back to God in prayers to give me the courage to go through that phase, because nothing is beyond God's merciful intervention. Now let me ask you one more time, how are you? If you can, please drop your reply in the comments box. If not, try to talk honestly to someone you trust, and above all, talk to God. Trust God to fix you nicely. As I join you virtually, praying that God will guide, guard and preserve you and all that is yours, so you can continue to inspire those around you. Bye for now.